You're listening to the Podcast Detroit Network. Visit www.podcastdetroit.com for more information.
I said, hey, hey, welcome to the Man Cave Happy Hour. I said, hey, hey, welcome to the Man Cave Happy Hour. We're gonna drink a fine whiskey and smoke a really fine cigar. I said, hey, ladies, welcome to the Man Cave Happy Hour. I said, hey, ladies, welcome to the Man Cave Happy Hour. You're welcome to drink our whiskey and smoke our really fine cigars. One more time, boys. I said, hey, hey, welcome to the Man Cave Happy Hour. I said, hey, hey, welcome to the Man Cave Happy Hour. We're gonna smoke a really good cigar and drink a really fine whiskey.
Hey there. And there we are. There you have it. We are in the Man Cave. It is the Man Cave Happy Hour. Whiskey, spirit, cigars, and the stories that go along with them. I'm Jamie Flanagan.
My name is Matthew Fox.
And we got a great show for you today. We have a massively full house. It's I can't believe how many people we have in studio today. This is going to be a riot. And we're talking about today cigars and vodka. Brian Donovan, are you excited about that?
Yeah, I'm like a stowaway on this show. It's been a hot second since you've been here, man.
Yeah, Brian was with us for the first Man Cave.
Yeah, that was the last time you had a drink, wasn't it? Last Man Cave Happy Hour I was on.
Yeah.
I woke up like 4 days later. Me and this guy named Shecky had matching tattoos.
Holy smokes! It was a wild ride. Oh, and then along for more fun, Greg Gnyp from 93.9 The River.
How are you?
Hey, Greg. And the 89X.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Detroit media in general.
He's a real radio guy.
I'm pretty much just a whore.
Yeah.
He's like, I heard there's cigars and booze. Come on, my liver, it'll grow back. It's fine.
It's like a starfish.
Wouldn't that be wonderful? That would be the best thing ever.
So, Greg, would you be the godfather of media in Detroit?
No, I don't know if I'm the godfather, but you know what I was actually told is when I went back to 89X,
Yeah.
they're like, you know what? You're going to be the heritage DJ. And I went, what's that mean? You're old.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because I've actually had a couple of people go, oh my God, I started listening to you when I was in first grade. I'm like, damn it. I'm like, oh yeah.
I should probably stop flirting with you.
How's your mom? You know, just
your mom. Oh no. That's your mom.
I can only say that it's Greg Gnyp's a little bit better in person than I've ever heard him on the radio.
There it is.
oh shucks.
Also with us, we've a new friend that we found. Matt and I found him on Facebook through the Cigars Smokers of Michigan.
Cigar Smokers of Michigan.
All right, so Paul Camilleri, yes?
Camilleri.
Paul Camilleri. And you are the godfather of Michigan cigars.
Sure, it's more of a term of endearment than a title, but we'll go with that.
It was sort of thrust upon you by the other members of the group.
Well, no, actually the way it came about is some of my neighbors actually gave me the title years ago.
Oh, okay.
I showed up after a wedding in a tuxedo while they were all drinking. And they went, oh, the godfather's here.
Okay, I like it.
When I, that with my Italian and Maltese heritage kind of stuck. And when I started doing cigar reviews for our Cigar Smokers of Michigan site, we needed a title for it. And I went, hey, the Godfather Cigar Reviews. And now everybody knows me by my hat, and because I always wear this little Panama hat on my reviews, and I'll walk into cigar lounges, and I don't even think anyone knows my real name. They just call me the Godfather. So,
What's with the violin case?
Yeah.
You don't even play, do you?
It's a very tiny violin. Oh, and also with us, it's a small case.
It's a small case.
Hold it up to again.
So this was actually yesterday was my 9th wedding anniversary, and this was a gift from my wife, and it's actually a portable ashtray. So I figured since we were going to be in studio and I didn't know what we were going to have.
Where did you get one of those?
Accoutrements.
I know. I like that.
She must have found it online.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. But it's all leather wrapped and.
Wife, my birthday is
fancy.
in less than 3 weeks.
That's
Just so
it.
you're aware.
Take a couple pictures, send it to the wife. There you go. And then we're mixing the cigars today with vodka, and from Zim's Vodka, Charlie Waters, North American ambassador for Zim's.
Thank you so much. So happy to be here.
Thank you, Charlie.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thanks for joining us. Sam, is that one on?
Is that really your title, ambassador?
North American ambassador.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like to be called the viceroy.
Yes, he was.
The
So
viceroy.
I'm just excited what I'm
I
called.
didn't get to choose the name, but I do like it.
That's a great title.
You need a sash, though.
yeah, oh.
You do. You need a sash that says ambassador.
What color?
Square's not doing it.
Well, after a couple of drinks, everything's going to do it. You know?
So, Charlie, we got to you last, but we're gonna start with you, and we're gonna start with Zim's Vodka. You through a mutual friend who's loitering in the background, Tim Carr. He's like, you got to meet these guys from Zim's. They're great. They're friends of mine, and they have this new old vodka, and it's an interesting story. So, what's the story about Zim's Vodka as it is today, and your involvement and the ownership now, and what's the story with Zim's?
Yeah, so thanks. I think it's interesting for Detroiters in particular because it's a Michigan headquartered premium vodka. We distill it in Poland. The owner is Terry Olson. Vice president is these guys are friends of mine, Bruce Carroll.
Nice.
And they're passionate about the vodka. They're passionate about the luxury brand, and it's a supportive vodka of everything Michigan, and it's in that respect homegrown.
I heard it's made from tater tots. Is that true?
It is made from not before it becomes a tater tot. It's close. It is made from potatoes, which is thanks for asking. It is the premium ingredient of a premium vodka.
Okay, so that's the thing. What can vodka be?
It can be your friend. It can be your foe. It can be a lot.
And
it just depends on your mood.
Okay, all right. But so, what can it be made? What can it consist of?
No, so vodkas are made generally. I would say probably, in fact, about 80% of vodkas out there are made from grains and wheat.
Okay.
Zim's, which positions itself in the premium, ultra quality vodka market, is made from potatoes.
Okay.
Potatoes is gluten free, it's GMO free, and it's all of these tag words and relevant concerns these days of what's going into your drink for the discerning drinker.
So what you're saying is that it's healthy.
Actually,
It's gluten free.
You know, if you're really thinking about it, you can have it. You're actually having dinner every time you're drinking Zim's. It's actually soup.
Potato soup.
Potato soup. That's
broth.
delicious.
It's the smoothest soup on the planet. And as a matter of fact, the slogan is Zim's is the smoothest vodka on the planet, and we actually believe it, and we have one taste test around the world that says so.
Now, we have lots of potatoes here. So why do you get it done in Poland?
Oh, that is the motherland of vodka. So actually, everyone thinks it's Russia. And in fact, it was created in 1543 in Poland, the first distillery of vodka, and not until the 1700s in Russia. So it is the oldest distillery in the world.
And why don't we hear Polish jokes anymore? Yeah. That used to be the thing.
They're coming. It's Zhirkovsky over here. I got a few for you.
I got Andrzejewski over here.
So until Tim told me about it, I had never heard of the Zim's brand before. I've had some favorites in my day. Stoli was always a favorite that I would go to, but now in probably in the last 10 years, 5 years, there's been a spike in the designer or the high end vodkas.
Now you have your Kettle Ones out there. What differentiates the Zim's from some of the brands that are out there?
Yeah, it's a great question. It's the simple answer is taste.
Okay.
The simple answer is taste and purity. So we have positioned the vodka to be a luxury brand. I'll say it again.
Yeah.
And not saying that there's anything wrong with being run-of-the-mill, because there's a place for that with everything, and it all comes down to a matter of preference.
Agreed.
This is positioned to be those for a discerning taste and have a desire to have the best. So it's ridiculously smooth, it's pure, and the taste proves it.
So is there anything special or unique about the distilling process?
So that's a great question. There's a lot that think that when you distill once or twice or 3 times, that makes it a more pure vodka.
That's what that was always my thought.
Yeah. 5 times distilled. It's like the razors with 20 blades on it. I mean,
Right.
at some point, enough is enough, right?
Yeah. No. So, in fact, we like to think that we do it once, and we do it really to perfection the first time.
Okay.
And there is a lot of myth that is associated with, and it's marketing, frankly, that goes along with how many times has it been distilled.
Right.
Okay.
So I like some hair in my chest when I have a drink every once in a while. So I like heat. I like that after effect. I want to taste it. Because when you get that stuff that's been distilled 4 or 5 times, it's like, okay, that was nothing special. So
well, we have some here. We're going to all have a taste of it, and the beauty of it is. So it's a great question, Matt.
Yeah.
And tell me when you want to pour it, and
I got cups ready to go.
maybe we can get Tim to do something over here and pour it.
Hey,
Just
Tim,
kidding.
Get to work.
Hey.
But the truth is with vodka, and a true vodka drinker will look at this and understand this comment is when you taste vodka, and when you do this in taste tests around the world, it's not chilled, right? You taste it at room temperature,
right?
Because when you chill it, it basically masks the impurities.
Okay.
That's the same with nearly everything. When you cool something down, it also takes away some of the flavor. So
It's 3 or so much beer is ice cold.
yeah.
When they say, look at that Coors Light, it's ice cold.
It's
because it has to be.
Mel Wilson has turned blue. Yay.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
And Tim's pouring an 81 proof Zims. It comes in a black label, but we also what's interesting about it. But by the way, again, I'm going to say it one more time. Sorry to go on about it, but
please.
it's gluten free and it's GMO free, and it's a lot of concern around that these days.
Okay.
Absolutely.
You hear a lot about. I won't go into all of it because it becomes a discussion that we don't want to get off track. But there's a lot of Roundup, and there's everything, and that's been spread everywhere. And this was a very pure vodka and a very pure process. Where I was going with this is we also have a 59 proof low calorie Zims vodka.
Oh.
So for those that are trying to watch their waistline, be a little more conscious of what their intake is. If they're a designated driver and only have a couple, it relates really well to that audience.
Nice.
So what proof? What did we just pour, and what proof is
This
that?
is an 81 proof.
81, and then the black label is what?
The black label's 81, and the blue label's 59.
Oh, okay. So what is the difference between the two?
The blue label is 59 proof and has
59 proof.
25% less calories.
All right. I thought I was looking at 3 here. All right.
No, but it tastes
Only 2.
really.
How much have you had to drink already?
No, just
I was just thinking,
Detroit. I got my 1 Strohs. I almost got a Hams. They had Hams down in the fridge down there. So all right.
You want one? She's not allowed. I guess. Here you go, man.
well, I guess since we're actually drinking Polish vodka, Nastrovia, or nice driveway if you can't say Nastrovia.
Cheers, fellas.
Nostrovia.
Cheers, Troy.
Gentlemen.
Smells amazing. I had to smell it first. Give it a smell.
Wow, that's smooth.
Yeah, very smooth.
It really is.
I can taste it. I like it.
Because I've had different previews heading into this.
That is very smooth.
People have told me different things and their opinions about Zims. And this is different from some of those early reports.
This is incredibly
Those people didn't know what they're
goes
talking
down,
about.
It goes down really smooth.
And Matt, we know you like it, but put your pants back on.
Oh, sorry.
But think about this.
You're not drunk. You're not drunk.
And actually, this is at room temperature, right? So think about
Yeah.
it.
Wow.
If you mix it slightly with whatever you or your significant other, whoever that is, might enjoy that with, we like it pure, but even better if we want everyone to enjoy it.
Yeah.
See, but this is one of those kind of vodkas that I'd go, no orange juice, no,
Well,
grape,
hey.
no, bad.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
No, because I would do rocks. I would do just vodka rocks, and this would work with rocks.
That's exactly how I drink it. Obviously, I'm sitting here talking about it, but and a lot do. But there's no shame in having it with whatever you want. You need to ask for it by name.
No, the ice, that would kind of open this up a little bit more, would it not? If you added some water to it? Kind of open up the flavor a bit more?
Well, I happen to think so. That is absolutely exactly the way I have it.
Okay.
But again, it comes down to, do you like
Preference.
black, red, silver, whatever your personal preference is, right?
I like them all.
In the end,
I'm sorry.
it's pure, and if you have one too many, you're not going to have a headache in the morning.
Yeah, and that's the thing about the rock gut stuff. It's like, it's as I get older and I can afford better spirits, it's like, oh, I don't feel so bad in the morning anymore. It's like, because I'm not all those impurities getting into you. So, Greg,
Is that what you call them now?
Yeah. Greg, where are you at with your vodka consumption? Are you a vodka guy generally?
Yeah, honestly, I go between two. I go between whiskey and vodka.
Okay.
So, and I've always been a Stoli drinker, and I'll switch over every once in a while. But I've got to be honest, I think I just found a new one.
All right.
Great. Now I'm going to be smuggling it across the border. Hi, did you buy or receive anything? No. Sir, why aren't you sitting down? Can't tell you. It's. But see, I'm one of those kind of guys. If I drink vodka, it's usually one ice cube, and sometimes I'll do like a little drop of lemon juice, just a tiny bit of lemon juice, and that is all I have. And it's perfect if you're sitting on a porch or a patio, at December 18th, the snow's coming down. You're fine. But no, this is awesome. This is a beautiful vodka.
Yeah, thank you.
So Charlie, when it's in a contest, what do because you say you've won some awards, because I don't, again, Matthew and I aren't, we're novices at this. We just enjoy it and we're fans and we want to learn.
Sure.
So when it's being judged, how do they judge? Because when bourbons, there's color, there's the legs, there's the nose, and then the taste and the palate and the aftertaste and the burn and all that. So when they're judging, we've learned about that a little bit.
Yeah.
But with vodka, how is it judged when it's, because you've won an award? What's judged?
I'd be lying if I told you what I understood that to be.
Okay.
So what I do know is the results.
Okay.
And whatever the experts judge that on, we have those results from 2013 and 2014. And the result for me personally, and those that what we talk about is really just the proof's in the pudding. But I don't know the answer.
I didn't know if this stood out in.
Yeah, no, it's a great question, and I probably should know
You
that.
should have just said, "Well, there's the talent contest."
I know how they judge a bikini contest. I'm not really sure.
How many have been tell the bikini?
I think the Zims would really help bring the bikini contest back. So, yeah. But because I'm thinking about the nose of it, but I don't know if they'll do like a smell of vodka. I don't know if they do that in the taste, because I do get an alcohol nose. I do get the
smell.
The smell,
yes,
a bit. But then the taste is much more subtle than what I was expecting with the nose of it.
It is it's a creamy finish. It's very much. I don't know what else to say about that, but it is a creamy, smooth finish, and significantly different. We try to put ourselves in a space where we are not trying to compete with every vodka maker out there. Everyone has a really great space, and everyone knows what they like.
Right.
This is a premium luxury brand, and it's priced accordingly with those that have that taste and want to set themselves apart from just like those that you can. I'll use a crazy analogy. You can wear any sort of trench coat or a paper bag or a Glad bag to stay dry, but some people wear a Bearberry, right? Some
I honestly
people
thought
wanna
that was
drive.
going in a different direction.
No, but you know what I'm
Kind of
saying, right?
hoping it was.
It is really quite literally it's positioned to be for those that really want to set themselves apart and enjoy what maybe is a little bit better than most.
Nice.
So if I'm looking for this on the shelf, it's not next to the Mohawk.
the 5 o'clock.
It's a great question, Greg, but it is a little bit further down the shelf and a little bit higher. Yeah, so look
I've
to your
never
left
been there.
and then higher. Yeah, no, right.
He's a short
higher
guy.
for that
He's like
stuff, yeah. Aim higher.
that's why his picks are always knee level. It's so where is Zim's available?
Zim's is available at really all of your finer establishments
Okay.
around the city and at some of the finer markets around the city as well.
Okay.
You really just need to ask for it by name. We are continuing to push it and put it in those establishments, but there's too many places for me to list it right now.
Sure.
But it's at really, when I say finer establishments, it's in your neighborhoods just about everywhere.
Okay.
You ask for it by name, and you'll either have it or ask them to order it.
So are you going to find it at the the Meijer or the Walmart or any of your major outlets?
So really great question.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough,
Yeah.
is Meijer
Yeah.
just recently, in the last year, has put it on their shelf.
Congratulations.
Awesome.
Congratulations, that's awesome.
That's fantastic.
Because it's that's going to make it a little bit more readily available, and
Right.
Myers is really Myers. I'm a Michigan boy. I got to
Yes,
put an
you
S
are,
on the end of that. Myers Thrifty Acres,
Myers Thrifty Acres.
where
yeah.
one would buy his tough skins and his
Yeah, from Sagebrush.
sagebrush tough skins. Yeah, sorry, just making fun of Brian. He's his nickname is Sagebrush because he used to work there.
That's my first job.
But so
I quit last year.
Myers is really up there.
Going a different direction.
I just applied. So maybe you could put in a good word.
They really upped their spirits game. Myers
They really have.
they've upped their
They
spirit
really
game,
have.
and they're carrying like some really luxury and premium stuff.
They're going more local.
Yeah.
They're getting more local.
And there's a lot of
folks
local
involved.
stuff too.
Yeah. they really
I
are.
think not to diminish the message is the fact is we're in business, right? We want to sell vodka, but we just want to promote it as for those that really want to try something that's what we think is really very good to the taste, and that doesn't preclude us from putting it anywhere where everyone shops.
See, and I love that because that goes to that whole thing with music snobbery, where it's like, I used to be a big Nirvana fan, and then they came out with Smells Like Teen Spirit. It's a great song. So what if 10 million people liked it? It's still great music.
Right.
If one person drinks Zims or a million people drink Zims, it's still a great vodka. So that's I think I like your idea of selling it.
Why not? Yes.
You had a word that with the finish you said creamy finish. Is that what you said? I had a different word in my head. Paul, what about you? Are you a vodka drinker?
I am not really.
Okay.
You are now.
My wife is.
Okay.
Your glass
so-
is empty.
Yeah, my glass is empty.
Yeah, all right.
But yeah.
So what did you get out of this? Because you have a trained palate because you do cigars and bourbons.
I did get a creamy finish on the end
Okay.
of it. It actually had more flavor than I expected, to be honest with
Yes.
you.
Yes.
Most vodkas that I've had, it's almost like drinking ice water, and you get, maybe that little grape flavoring in the end,
Sure.
or, whatever kind. But yeah, I got a lot of creaminess out of this, and there was some alcohol on the front of it, but...
It was not overwhelming. In
No,
any way,
really.
shape, or
It was
form.
very smooth.
I was going to use the word sweet. I was going to say there's a little bit of sweet there
Yeah.
towards the end, and you said creamy. So sweet. I was just curious what word you would come up with.
No,
so
I
would
would've
have
gone
put
with
sweet.
creamy on
I
it.
would have put sweet on it for me. And again, everybody's different. Everybody has a different taste and a different palate. So
So yeah, I mean, I've got a bar in my basement. I've got Ciroc and Belvedere and Absolute. And
Yeah.
I know my wife is buying now all the flavored vodkas.
there goes Matt. Thank you, sir. May I have
Okay,
another?
Oh, I'm sorry.
but-
Was I bothering you?
Camera's on, Matt. Just messing with you. No. I love it. I like to say
It's good.
Going for
It's very,
seconds.
very good.
And I couldn't help but notice Matt's very fit, and he went for the blue label.
That's
so.
Thanks, man. You
I
said
could not
was
help.
fit.
Hey, Matt, you going to be okay for the next show?
Maybe.
Okay. All right.
I might start talking something totally different.
Just wondering.
So we pulled the
song's
the
about
cigar.
me.
We pulled the cigar Godfather in,
Yes.
Paul, to talk about cigars, and then I throw him a curveball, because he's
Immediately, you threw a curveball.
not a big
immediately.
vodka drinker, and I'm like, hey, we got a vodka guy coming in. What would you pair with a vodka? And he's like, are you freaking kidding me? That's not what he said, but I'm sure that's what he was.
Well, that was
thinking.
my initial thought.
Yeah.
Was really vodka.
Yeah.
And it's not just that I'm not a big vodka drinker,
Sure.
but vodka is not the most celebrated of cigar pairings. It can be very rewarding, but it's tricky. So your pairing decision has to be right on.
Okay.
Paul,
Charlie just flipped you off.
I'm going to have to differ with you. You haven't been over to my patio or the bar at my house. That's a very good pairing.
We'll see what you've been smoking.
All right.
Well,
Yeah.
See, the other thing is, I was just imagining he's going to open up a pack of backwoods smokes and just be like, "Here, just smoke these. You're fine."
So all right. So keep going, Paul.
Well, vodka can lend an enticingly clean contrast to deeper, complex smokes. You'll often work better with mellower smokes.
Okay.
Because the body is essentially the way that the flavor is going to fill your mouth.
Right.
So as you know, we've been drinking this vodka here. It's on the lighter side,
Sure.
compared to a bourbon or a scotch.
Yep.
So you don't want to overpower it with a very heavy cigar.
So, and from what Matt and I learned about cigars, our first couple of visits on the Man Cave, we were at the Stray Cat Lounge and at Godfather's
Yes.
Cigar.
Yep.
So there's three parts to the cigar. There's the filler. There's an internal wrapper and an external wrapper. Those aren't the right words,
So
but
you
there's
got
three
the
parts.
filler, the binder, and the wrapper.
Okay,
Right.
the filler,
binder,
binder,
that's
and the
what it
wrapper.
was.
All
Binder,
right,
yeah.
so fair play. See, we're learning. So when you say a lighter cigar, what is it? Is it the coloration of it, or is it the flavor?
Coloration really has little to do with it.
Okay.
It's mostly the leaf.
It's really the wrapper.
Okay.
The exterior leaf.
Okay.
You'll find that usually the filler kind of controls the burn rate. The binder is usually the bottom part of the leaf that's a little bit thicker to keep it all together.
Okay.
And you really get the majority of your flavor out of that wrapper.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you're, again, with something as light as this vodka,
Yeah.
I want a wrapper that's going to give me a lighter body, a lighter flavor, because I don't want to overpower the vodka. Obviously, if I'm going to spend money on a premium alcohol and I'm going to spend money on a premium cigar, I want them to play together. I don't want one to overpower where I'm going, well, geez, why did I get this vodka? And pairing, I've been doing this for a couple of years now. I got asked by the group, and one of the first things they said when I did my first review was, "Oh, we want you to start doing pairings." And I'm
What
like,
the hell is a pairing?
I usually grab a scotch and a cigar, and I'm good to go. So you start
My butt in this chair.
That's a good pair.
and you find it's more of an art form, a lot of trial and error.
Yeah.
With our group, it's great because you get to talk to. We just hit 1,400 members today, so there's 1,399 other brothers and sisters of the leaf that you can go, hey, what's a good pairing with this cigar?
Jamie, that deserves a ding. 1,400.
Yeah.
That is that.
There you go.
Charlie
And
picked up on that quickly.
I gotta
yeah.
put the bell out in the middle.
You'll hear a lot of great pairings.
Yeah.
And I've had some people with horror stories on pairings.
Okay.
Sure.
And one guy told me about a year ago he went to a golf outing and got to a cigar lounge, and it was early in the morning, so he ordered himself a Bloody Mary. And there was a cigar in the humidor he'd been wanting to try, so knew nothing about it. Went and grabbed that cigar.
Oh, no.
And he goes, so I've got my Bloody Mary, I've got the cigar. And he goes, I start smoking the cigar, and he goes, it's like smoking candy. He goes, so I got this really sweet cigar and a Bloody Mary. He goes, imagine like having a piece of chocolate cake and a Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
He goes, it was just god awful. And he goes, I've got this bad impression of the cigar where it could be pretty decent.
See, honestly, I thought you were going in a direction like, that actually sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
But it really doesn't, does it?
No, like I said, it's all, that's the nice thing about cigar smoking too. Everybody's got their own palate. You know, what you like, I may not like. We've got a guy in our group, Ed. We always give him a hard time because we're like, if Ed suggests something, stay away from it. But, it's all in jest. But
I like the old commercials. You put your Bloody Mary in my chocolate. Well, you put your chocolate in my Bloody Mary.
But sadly, as the Canadian, in that we've just legalized marijuana.
Yeah. Good for you.
that whole chocolate and Bloody Mary might make sense. I don't know. I'll try it.
Stoner in Ottawa just looking at me. Oh, that sounds pretty good.
Dude, this
That's
is
pretty
great.
fantastic.
With a Dorito, and I'm fine.
It's amazing the odor coming across the river these days.
So, Paul,
Yep,
what? So, did you come up with something to pair with a
I
vodka?
did. I actually consulted with a couple of my brothers.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
I threw 2 or 3 of them out there, and I said, "What do you guys think?" And one guy came back and said, "Okay, is this a novice? Is this an experienced smoker? Why are you asking?" I said,
They
"I
should
don't
be.
care. Just give me a suggestion." He goes, "No, I want more details."
Yeah.
I told him about this, and he came back and he goes, "I like where your head's at." He goes, "Let me throw a couple other ideas out there." And one of the ones he came up with was one I had been considering.
Okay.
So what I've got is the Roma Craft Intemperance EC18. It's a mouthful.
Okay,
Yeah.
in English. yes.
Roma Craft.
Yeah, so,
Roma Craft.
So Roma Craft, they're a hot boutique, small batch cigar company right now.
Okay.
They're not one of the big fellas out there. You're not going to find them in every cigar lounge.
Right.
You know, a lot of them in Michigan are carrying them right now. But they've got quite a huge following. They've started small, but their line is caught on and they're in great demand.
Mm-hmm.
So this one's going to have a mellow to medium body flavor. It's got a silky Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper. And when we smoke them, we should find some flavors of the cream, which should, as we said, it had kind of a creamy finish on the vodka, so that should complement.
Yeah.
And we're going to pick up a little subtle spice, some earth, and some of that sweet natural tobacco.
Okay.
At least that's the plan.
That's the
Right,
plan.
That's the plan. So it's a lighter wrapper.
It's a lighter.
Yeah.
It's a Connecticut wrapper. Ecuadorian grown Connecticut
Thank you.
wrapper, I should
Thank you.
say.
Yep.
Now we do have Connecticut grown wrappers.
Sure we do.
So
Yeah.
All right. So, Paul, so let's hear a little bit more about you, right? So you're the Godfather. You're involved in this group on Facebook. But what's your 9 to 5?
I am a corporate controller.
Okay.
I'm an accountant.
See.
Fancy name for a senior accountant.
All right.
Yeah, I work for a parking company here in downtown Detroit.
Oh, all right. Can you validate for us? Because there's a Pistons game down the street and they're charging like bandits.
Oh yeah, I saw 45.
Oh, so it's your fault, actually.
No, it's
You're
not
that
our
$50
fault. We are
parking.
not. That is not
This
us.
is a podcast. We can say whatever we want. Fuck you, Paul, and your $50 parking.
No, go down the street about 2 miles. We'll charge you half.
Welcome to the Man Cave Happy Hour.
Oh my God, trying to get a parking spot downtown these days.
I think it's fair to say that Jamie was just triggered. Just give him a moment.
Well, that's kind of the standing joke in our office is you see all these buildings being renovated, and we kind of look around going, yeah, that's great, but where are you going to park them?
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
They're building that new one at the old Hudson's location.
Right.
And they are going to have underground parking there. I think they've got it slated for like 600 spots right now. And we're going, that building's going to hold a little bit more than 600 people.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then they just announced that they're going to even make it bigger than it was originally planned. So.
So where do you fall with is a cigar just a hobby for you then?
It is a hobby. I would consider myself an aficionado, not
Okay.
an expert by any means. So if you're asking what the difference is, an aficionado is very knowledgeable and enthusiastic about the activity,
All right.
where the expert has a comprehensive and kind of an authoritative knowledge
Sure.
of, from the seed to having wrapped it all. So
Yeah.
How does that compare to an ambassador of vodka?
Well, so let me answer that. Is I get a sash.
He gets a sash.
I get a sash. And
I get a hat.
Yeah, what do you get?
he gets an even bigger sash because aficionado really reads long.
So can I
I
ask
don't even
you?
know how to spell that.
So I have a question though about cigars.
Yeah.
So living in Windsor, I'd see all these people buying these 16-foot Cuban cigars, puffing them all the way down the street, right? The big Cohibas and the big things like that. But then you'd watch them butt them out and then relight them about 6 times. Is that a no-no for a cigar?
It is. Yeah,
Oh,
you
okay.
usually don't want to butt it out. Just let the ash fall naturally. You'll see a lot of times where guys will challenge themselves. How much can I smoke this cigar and get that ash,
Right.
5 inches long? And, if you can do that, that's kind of the challenge.
Yeah.
I said that on my wedding night.
I'm still trying to ash it up.
I'm divorced. It didn't ash very well.
So I usually just let my ash just fall on the wayside by the side of the green when I set it down the putt.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Yeah.
That's about right.
It's got that lovely taste of fertilizer when it comes back.
There you have it.
Oh, so I'm kind of curious to kind of mix these two up. I kind of would like to maybe step outside. We were hoping to be able to smoke near the studio here, but turns out there's a little bit of watchdogging going on. So we're gonna have to step outside the building.
Very cool studio.
Oh.
It's really, really cool.
Yeah, thank you. It's not mine.
Well, we're at the we're downtown. We're downtown at the Detroit Shipping Company.
Normally we rant about it.
Yeah, we rant about this place,
but
all
it's
the time.
22 shipping containers plugged together.
We have the Peterborough restaurant right next to us.
Right next door.
Founders Brewery is about a block away.
Yep. And there's 4 different, I think 5 now, different food outlets in here, a little coffee space, and stages and music. And
that coffee space
coming
made
up.
Brian throws Bigby away, too. So.
That they did. I walked by with my Big B cup, and he's like, "Oh, so you got a cup there, huh?" And I'm like, "Well, I didn't know you guys were open, but I'd like to give him a plug. What's their name?
360?
No brand.
Here it is. Yeah, it's 320.
320
degrees because they do this creamery and they do like the nitrogen and the smoking.
Yeah.
I just
don't know what
bought
They're
an
right here.
Americano.
They're
negative
really,
320
really nice,
degrees.
really cool spot.
Very
Yeah,
good.
so very nice down here. But yeah, we want to step outside.
Yeah. Sam, is there actually a pause on those? I think you can pause it. So don't stop it, but pause it. Can you pause it or did you hit stop? Way to go, Sam Nork. Did you hit? Oh,
Way to go,
can we tell that we love Sam Nork? Sam Nork is awesome.
You can deal with it. We'll just.
All right, so we've moved the party outside the man cave. Happy hour is outdoor cave.
We are
happy
law-abiding citizens. We actually
yeah.
are paying attention to the law.
Oh yeah,
Because aren't there?
no, we're not. We got open intoxicants outside.
Oh shit! Yeah, you're right.
It's weird. There's 1 or 2 laws we have to break.
Yes.
Either we smoke indoors,
Right, which is against the law,
or we drink outdoors.
which is easily hideable.
So yeah, but at least we're not drunk in public
Not yet.
yet.
Yes, not yet. Not yet.
So-
But we're getting there.
So it's good. I just everybody's kind of off chit chatting, but
Yeah,
I'm having the best time
So am
ever
I, man.
here.
Wait.
Gnyp is here. I'm so excited.
Greg is here,
And then Brian is hanging out for the happy hour.
right?
Paul has been great with the cigar information.
Yes.
And then
And Charlie's been just
Charlie-
spot
yeah,
on.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
been spot on. He really
It's-
has.
and
This is one
then-
of the Zims. I'm
Yes.
not the biggest vodka drinker. I never
No.
have been. However,
I was like sipping the hell out of it.
yeah, I went for seconds and I finished it.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Might be calling for the Uber. On the way.
It's going to be a
on the way
rock
back.
star night, I think, is what's
That
going to happen.
That is it. So let's call these guys back over,
Yeah.
and we can jump back into smoking this cigar.
Hey, gentlemen, care to join
Hey guys,
us?
let's fire.
Everyone's
them up.
everyone's chit chatting. That's just fine, man.
Yeah.
Sorry, we were talking about cigars and the do's and don'ts.
Okay, you want to share?
I brought just.
Well,
some photos.
I
didn't know
the
if there
things
was
I've
extra
learned
people
not to
hanging
do.
out.
Don't burn yourself with them. Oh,
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, so,
overpowering than you know
yep.
what this is.
Yeah, let me grab Tim and Charlie over here.
I don't even know. Sorry, don't mean to interrupt. So yeah, hey guys, come on over.
Yeah, come on over.
Yeah.
Like I said, these are probably a little bit more than what you want for the vodka.
Okay. But I just grabbed a couple extra cigars just in case there were extra people hanging out.
Yeah.
If they wanted a cigar, we could share and share along.
I know, I love that. You know, Paul has the coolest. It's a portable. It's a portable ashtray, but it's got a cutter in
Where
it.
does
It's
he
got
get
a
these
spot that you
wonderful
actually put your
toys?
cigar in, and it's got a punch in there as well.
Yeah.
So that is really. What would that run retail? You think?
I have no idea. It was a gift. I literally got it yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yesterday was my 9th wedding
Careful one.
anniversary, and the
Congratulations.
wife got that, and I also because 9th is the leather and pottery anniversary.
Leather. The 9th anniversary is leather and pottery.
Yeah. So she got me this, and I got a cigar holder, leather case with my initials engraved on it and everything. So
Wow.
and I got her pottery.
And you got
Well, good man. I'll be
Leather-
at 19
it's
years.
the
What's,
leather and lace.
what's the gift at 19?
No idea.
Well, I got to find out
She
now.
got the short end of the stick.
a night
by
away
looking
from
at
the
this.
wife.
This looks really nice.
Tim, you want?
You get me in trouble, aren't you?
Love you, Mary. Love you.
That's great.
Turn that down.
Yeah,
Was
I
your
can
wife's
turn it
name Mary too?
Yes. Yes, it is. Mary. My wife's name is Mary. Mary Lowly, actually. So.
All right, so Paul, you're using a punch
He's-
on that.
I
Is
use
it-
a punch.
Are you privy to the punch?
You know what? There are really 3 things that you'll see. You'll see the guillotine cutter.
Yeah.
You'll see the punch, and now everybody's going to the V cut.
Right.
Yeah.
I've always been a punch guy. I'll occasionally, depending on the cigar, I'll go to a cutter if it's got like a torpedo head.
Right.
Okay.
More of that pointy head to it. I haven't gotten into the V cut yet.
Now the V cut, from my understanding, it kind of gets you more of the nicotine flavor, more nicotine from the cigar itself with the V cut. Is that a true statement?
I have no idea.
No. Okay. Fair enough.
That's fine.
To me, if you're putting a hole in it, you're putting a hole in it. I don't know if that, but I know a lot of guys, are getting into that V cut now. So
Awesome. So these are the Temperance, you said?
Yes, these are the Romacraft Intemperance.
Romacraft Temperance. Yeah.
And then I had a couple
Intemperance,
Rocky
okay.
Patels kicking around the vintage 2003 Cameroons,
Nice.
just for
You just drive around with these in your car?
yeah, I wish but so I had them in the humidor at home, and I was waiting to see. I didn't know how many people would be joining us, so I figured we'd have a couple extra cigars in case we had extra guests, and
we
do. So
I'm going to set the
pretty
microphone down for a
excited
second here.
about that. All right, yeah. Intemperance. So, Paul, where do you shop when you're shopping for cigars? Do you have a favorite place in the Metro Detroit area?
You know what? The beautiful thing about Metro Detroit is we have a lot of great cigar shops. So one of my favorite, just because it's local to home, is a place called Tobacco Town. It's in Riverview Southgate area off of Fort Street. As far as like other cigar lounges, we've got a great one called Ambassador up off of Rochester Road in Troy. Jeff and Sean out there are really good. If you don't know what you're looking for, that all these places have great guys who are more than willing to talk the trade. Dan Genuine has, I think, 3 locations in the area under Genuine Cigars.
They have one on Woodward, right?
Yeah, there's one on Woodward in Royal Oak area. Yeah.
So so you're able to find the things you want locally?
For the most part, 90%. Oh, excuse me. I'm getting choked up here.
You're good.
90% of the things that I'm looking for, I can generally find. The other 10%, that's when you kind of go online and deal with the online retailers, or we've got a couple guys in our group that I'm pretty tight with. That every time I turn around, it's like, ooh, where did you get that? I need one of those, and we'll make trades or whatever. Right. But for the most part, a lot of the guys in the area now are carrying the boutique stuff, or your general lines that everybody is smoking.
All right, I'm trying to light and talk here at the same time, and all right, I need to cut this. Should I punch it, Paul? You do me a favor while I'm holding this. Can you punch that out for me? I'd appreciate it. And then I want to see and. Kobe, Charlie, kind of get a feel for what you're getting when you're mixing up what we should be expecting. Have you ever done a pairing with a cigar with Zims? Have you done this before?
Frankly, I've paired a lot of stuff with Zims vodka, but the reality is I'm an occasional cigar smoker.
Okay.
And the truth is once we get going with one or the other, it seems to be smooth. I don't know. No, I don't have much else to say about that. I don't have a very sweet or anything significant to say in terms of a pairing, but this is. I actually happen to have a Rocky Patel in my hand, and it does actually go very well with the Zim. So, but
and Jamie, you said that was Jamie. You said that was the decade, one of the decades, Rocky Patel's.
Yeah, 2003 decade Cameroon.
No, good stuff. So the Cameroon actually pairs pretty well with the Zims. Because it's a lighter wrapper. The Intemperance are a little bit lighter wrapper than that, but still it pairs pretty well based on your experience.
So
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
So Paul, what should we be tasting? Are there flavors, and is there what's going on inside a cigar as we're tasting?
Well, again, everybody's palate's a little different. For the most part, you should be getting on this particular cigar some cream, a little bit of creaminess pairing with the vodka. You'll want a little bit of a sweet tobacco, that natural tobacco sweetness to it. You might get a little bit of earthiness out of it. Okay. Again, this isn't these intemperants are not the heaviest cigars out there, but they should go very well with the vodka. And it's not going to knock you on your butt either. So
one of these lighter cigars. What about foods? What is there a particular food that you would pair this sort of cigar with?
Again, it depends on what you want to go with. I probably wouldn't have a heavier meal. You could, because it is a light cigar. Generally, when I have like a heavy steak, though, I like a more fuller-bodied cigar. So with something like this, I would call this like a salad and fish cigar. Something lighter. Right.
Okay.
But personally, I just like a heavier cigar when I'm having like a big T-bone.
There's nothing wrong with a big T-bone.
No, absolutely.
A nice, yeah, right. But yeah, typically when you have when you eat a steak, right, you want to have something more robust afterwards, whether it be a dessert drink that's going to be more flavored or what have you. But when you have a vodka with dinner, that kind of more leans on the lighter side of a meal, does it not?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
All right, Matt. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we pause this again.
Pause.
And we're outside the Detroit Shipping Company here, the podcast.
We
Detroit
brought a
Studios,
heater outside just so we could be comfortable.
Yeah, we got to take a picture of this. And to downtown Detroit, and we're gonna enjoy this. I just hit the vodka again.
Yeah, and
yes, Paul. Well done, sir.
Yeah. So did he hit a home run with that curveball you threw at him?
I'm thinking.
Right.
Well, so we're gonna pause this and enjoy this a little bit, then we'll head back up to the studio.
You got it. Mm-hmm.
And there you go. That will do it for the Man Cave Happy Hour. We didn't make it back inside. We were having too much fun enjoying the cigars and the vodka outside. So thanks to our guests today. It was just an incredible show. Oh, man, what a riot. So before we get to all those thank yous, I want to thank you for tuning in and listening in. Do us a favor, if you could, if you made it this far, like, subscribe, make a comment wherever you pick up your podcast, whatever, Google Play, iTunes, wherever you're finding podcasts, make a comment. We'd genuinely appreciate it. Following and subscribing wherever you pick those up, extraordinarily helpful for the Man Cave Happy Hour. Yeah, we weren't able to go wrap things up because we had to start Animal Talk, which is another fun podcast if you want to search out Animal Talk Radio. But the Man Cave Happy Hour, find it on all the social medias. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and then mancavehappyhour.com. So on behalf of Matthew Fox and myself, we want to thank Charlie Waters from Zim's Vodka. It's extraordinarily enjoyable and so awesome that he was able to come and join us. Paul Camilleri from the Cigar Smokers of Michigan. Thank you to all the Brothers of the Leaf who tuned in to this, and Paul for coming out and sharing a couple fantastic cigars while we paired that up with the Zim's Vodka. So Man Cave Happy Hour, mancavehappyhour.com, Matt Fox, Jamie Flanagan. Cheers.